Kenneth Kaunda. He revealed that Kenneth Kaunda, within the confines of State House, he gave a space to Oliver Tambo to live in State House grounds. We cannot go far asking questions, but that tells you that Kaunda had a blood of liberation. Kenneth Kaunda had a blood of liberation. He never cared what process of diplomacy say, what process of freedom say. He said, Oliver Tambo will have to live in the grounds within where I stay, at State House. Can I challenge you African leaders today? How many of you are accommodating freedom fighters in your state houses? How many? None. How many of you are calling freedom fighters today and say, come and sit down, let's just share a cup of coffee and have a word or two? How many of you? None of you. You must be ashamed as Kaunda is going. You must be ashamed as Kenneth Kaunda is going to be buried because he is leaving no seed behind to emulate from. But I would urge you that you must be ashamed and start following or wearing the shoes of Kenneth Kaunda. Kenneth Kaunda led a one-party state then. It was a trend. That was the political climate of the day. Governments that took off freedom from colonial powers, they imposed one-party state. And Kenneth Kaunda lost government in 1991. From that day, 32 or 30 years ago, the man has been revered. The man is still remembered today. The man is still realized the whole world that he is a great leader. Even now, when he's dead. Because governments of Botswana, Zambia itself, have declared that there is mourning period of 21 days in Zambia, mourning period of 7 days in Botswana. We are even asking Namibia to emulate, give Kenneth Kaunda respect, because your freedom is credited to David Kenneth Kaunda. We ask Malawians, this is our brother, this is our father, this is our uncle, because he came from Kata Bay in Malawi. In other words, our own father has lost life, and his Malawi must lower its flag for 14 days because it's our son. Even though he has the identity of Zambia today, but he came from Malawi, and there's no secret about this. He is our son of the soil. This is why Zambia and Malawi are one people. Language-wise, dress-wise, food-wise, culture and traditions, we are one people. But we are called Malawians and Zambians because of colonialism. But we are one. They speak Nyanja, we speak Nyanja. They have a Kwaja currency, we have a Kwaja currency. What else differentiates us? Kenneth Kaunda must be given 14 days, if not 21, to mourn as Zambians are doing. Fellow Africans, the death of Kenneth Kaunda should at least tell us sometime. Go in a room somewhere, or in halls, or in the colleges of schools, and have a lecture. Just call it Kenneth Kaunda lecture. So that the generation of today that do not know about what happened in the struggle for independence of Africa, they must know what these leaders did. Nobody knew that Kenneth Kaunda provided his own state house for a liberation fighter, Oliver Tambo. Nobody knew about this. These are the things that the generation of today must learn, so that these leaders that we are putting in power today should know where we come from. Because today, as I stand here, I'll tell you that many African leaders today don't know this history. If we knew, had we known that our founding fathers had a love, more than love of Africa, and they accommodated those that were called in their countries as rebels, as dissidents, African governments could change today. Because we could know, we could have a vision of Kenneth Kaunda that Oliver Tambo will free his country one day. Nelson Mandela will get out of prison and be a president of Africa. We could realize that, and we could change our attitude towards one another today, had we known these histories. Therefore, the Utopian philosophy challenge all African governments that do not undermine anyone, and don't underrate those that are speaking from the outskirts. A good leader said, what are you talking about? Come over, let's listen to you. Let's hear from you what you are saying. Because Kenneth Kaunda left that example. Kenneth Kaunda led by that example, whereby we hear today that ANC was given heaven at State House. Which State House today? Which State House today is accommodating an opposition leader of any country? If it's in Namibia, Misha Kimiongo is suffering in Denmark. But we can't learn anything. You can't learn anything what Zambia, Kenneth Kaunda did. And you know what? The Boers of the apartheid South Africa went to bomb Lusaka for that. But Kaunda said that I'm not going to relent. I'm not going to give in. I will still keep all the labels that are rebels or that are labeled rebels today. I will keep them until they free their nations. Today, we have Republic of Namibia because of Kenneth Kaunda. Today, we have a rainbow nation of South Africa because of Kenneth Kaunda. The examples are listed. Fellow Africans, when these leaders are going, they are departing from our presence, they must leave a school of thought in our minds. And we too, the generation of today, must learn more, milk more, drink more from them so that we can live their lives as they go. We can be examples from what they taught us. When we started, we played the national anthem of Africa. We must toil. And we are not second-class citizens. Because you know what, Kenneth Kaunda, Senator Kama, they made at a bridge somewhere in Kariba, telling apartheid government and Smith government that you need to give freedom to those people. Give freedom to Joshua Nkomo, give freedom to Robert Mugabe, give freedom to Nelson Mandela, give freedom to Oliver Tambo. That was Kenneth Kaunda. Who today can stand and tell any nation that free this country or give this country? We are failing to tell Morocco to give Sahrawi back to Sahrawis. We show our failure there. And when leaders, great fathers are going like this, before we fight this war, then we are shaming them as they go. But Utopian philosophy stand up and say, we will not relent. We will follow the footsteps. We will wear the shoes of Kenneth Kaunda. The fighting spirit he had, we will emulate and take it up so that Africa see what we call economic independence. Fellow Africans, let us join Zambians. Let us join President Edgar Lungu as he escort, as we give a befitting funeral to our founding father, Kenneth David Kaunda. I am Bantu Saunders Jumah, the Utopian himself, from the Utopian Philosophy Public Lecture. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much.